President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a meeting with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Endowments Mohammed Mukhtar Gum'a, and the Minister of Social Solidarity Naveen El-Qabbaj. Presidential spokesperson Bassam Radi said that the head of state gave his directives to put an integrated plan for establishing mosques affiliated with the Ministry of Endowments nationwide with the aim of spreading moderate Islam. The spokesperson added that the president was briefed on the recent activities of the Ministry of Endowments to spread Islamic correct moderate values, which expanded through Africa. Goma reviewed the training programs of the scholars, which aim at improving the cultural and the preaching skills, helping them to form a realistic, enlightened vision. In another meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and the Minister of Social Solidarity Naveen El-Qabbaj, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi directed the executives to quickly finish the draft law of foster care system, which affords the protection to the needy brackets, stressing that the concerned bodies should exert the utmost efforts to support the orphans and raise them in a healthy environment. The details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli and the Minister of Social Solidarity Naveen El-Qabbaj. The spokesman for the presidency said that the meeting touched upon the programs to protect the most vulnerable groups, especially the orphans and children lacking parental care. The president gave directives to expedite the completion of the alternative care draft law, which provides all means of protection for the most vulnerable groups. The president stressed that it was important for all the concerned parties, including ministries and civil society associations, to focus their efforts on providing all means of care to provide the integrated support and protection for the orphan children, develop their capabilities, and enhance the institutional and the family care provided to them to create a healthy environment for their upbringing. The President also gave directives to offer all the support to the rights of people with the special needs in all aspects of life, such as the community integration, educational institutions, work, and transportation. In this regard, the President gave directives to sponsor the two initiatives launched by the Ministry of Social Solidarity on the sidelines of the Differently Abled Conference, Itaha, or accessibility, to provide the necessary environment and technology to facilitate the communication of people with the special needs with all the services of the society, and Ahsan Sahib, the best friend, which aims to end the social and the economic isolation of people with special needs. With regard to the state's digitalization efforts, the President gave directives to launch of the electronic platform for the debtors and female debtors and connecting it to a network of concerned institutions of the civil society organizations in the field. The platform will help speed up conducting social research for the debtors and studying the best effective ways to treat the causes of the debt. The Minister of Social Solidarity also presented the ministry's efforts for family care through a number of integrated programs aimed at enhancing the value of the family, supporting its role, and helping all the members achieve economic and social empowerment. Minister of Defense and Military Production Lieutenant General Mohammed Zaki made an inspection tour of the military academy. Zaki was accompanied by the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Osama Askar, in addition to a number of military leaders. This comes within the framework of the General Command of the Armed Forces' keenness to follow up on the educational process and training activities in the military academy. While visiting the academy, Zaki also met the new cadets as well as their families and conveyed the meetings and the greetings of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to them. Meanwhile, the Minister of Interior, General Mahmoud Tawfiq, accompanied by the Supreme Council of the Police, headed to the Presidential Palace to offer an appreciation message to President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, marking the occasion of the Police Day, which falls annually on the 25th of January. In his message, the minister expressed full appreciation and respect to the head of state, wishing him sincere greetings, stressing that the police forces are going to resume the noble mission to defend the homeland despite all the challenges and difficulties. The message continued with the promise that the national path will go forward to achieve more success and welfare under the wise political leadership of Egypt. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry met with the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs in the new formation of it, headed by former Foreign Minister Mohammed Al-Arabi, in the framework of the ministry's keenness to expand the consultation circle regarding files related to the state's foreign affairs. Foreign Ministry official spokesperson Ahmed Abu Zaid said that the meeting lasted for more than 2 hours, discussing the Egyptian relations with the strategic allies, the latest developments on the African arena, the so-called Ethiopian Dam, as well as the vital role of the Egyptian diplomacy in supporting the state's goals in different domains. Abu Zaid added that the meeting also reflected the critical role of the think tanks and the research centers to support the decision-making process. Foreign Ministry spokesman Ahmed Abu Zaid called the remarks by Hezbollah Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah about the economic situation in Egypt nonsense and an attempt to recall fake heroism. In a speech on the 30th anniversary of the launch of the Hezbollah-affiliated Consultative Center for the Studies and Documentation, Nasrallah discussed the Lebanese economic woes, saying that the United States does not want a strong state in the Middle East, but rather wants to keep its people chasing after a loaf of bread. Egypt has sent medical and humanitarian aid to South Sudan. The aid was submitted to South Sudanese officials by the Egyptian ambassador to South Sudan, Mu'taz Mustafa Abdel Qadir, upon directives by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. The aid package included 2 tons of medical equipment and medicine and aimed at alleviating the suffering of the South Sudanese citizens who were hit by floods in Gongoli province. Meanwhile, an Israeli illegal settler shot dead a Palestinian at a settler farm in the occupied West Bank. The latest